It's the Miami Dolphins taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Well, much of the country is struggling under cold temps and some of that white stuff. No such troubles here at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami.
Charles, you look at the Dolphins as they enter play in this one. They've been playing their best football of the year. Winners of 4 in a row. Two teams more than ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Hard Rock Stadium.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
This is what this man was born for, the big spotlight on the national stage like this. Really, his entire career, he's demonstrated incredible poise, no matter what type of situation his team was in. No situation is too big for him, and you can tell in the way that he takes the field. His self-belief is evident, and he gets the job done in his mind each and every time.
The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. Off the play fake, Stevenson. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Stevenson able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5. Again, he'll drop to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Quinn. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be second down.
Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his 3rd completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And a top priority for the defense.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the Steelers are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
They'll start in excellent field position following the INT.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 42. They'll start this drive out on the ground.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down. You talk about this Miami defense.
Against the pass, just numbers that they haven't liked. Number 30 in the league right now.
You know, when actors get ready for a scene, they often ask the question, what's my motivation? But what's the motivation of this group? What's their mindset? What's the problem that they have? Will they create an identity that allows them to get better?
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards the pickup there. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line. The Steelers at 12-1 now to start play. They've been flawless these last couple months, winners of 9 in a row.
And let's give them a ton of credit because in a league that's built on any given Sunday, any team can win. To run off this kind of a streak, this kind of a number, that's pretty darn impressive.
And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? So roughing the passer penalty, never one that you like to see.
Not at all, and especially when you're in that final push of the season. You can't afford to get your quarterback hurt before the playoffs roll around, and we know they'll be here before you know it.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A great play there. With his 17th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Steelers use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up. Meaning, when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. And each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
So Miami coming out for their second drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football. Wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
And he ran right through one tackle as he fights forward for a gain of 7. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 12 carries, 67 yards.
Well, we know they've clinched a playoff spot, but there's plenty of football left to play, and I'm a proponent of continuing to do what you've done throughout the season, especially with teams that are heavy run teams, because if you throttle back too early, you lose the rhythm of the run game, not just with the runner, but with the offensive line as well.
17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
This defense for the Steelers, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
You look at this Steeler defense.
This unit, they've struggled a little bit against the pass, ranked number 21 in the league.
Defending the pass has not been one of their strong suits throughout the season, but if they have any hopes of making waves in January, they've got to improve in this area.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. They spot it on the midfield stripe. So it is a 60-yard attempt here. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this will stay at a 7-point game.
I don't care who you are. 60 yards is a very ambitious attempt. Hard to make even in practice in the best of conditions. And now, worst of all, you give the other guys the ball to start their drive at midfield.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. Now Griffin. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. Touchdown number 18 on the year.
And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
And that time he came out of the slot for that big play downfield for the score.
I think what we just saw there, partner, was what we call scheming a guy open. Put him in the slot, know that he has tremendous speed. What you're doing with your other receivers is likely running shorter routes to draw the attention closer to the line of scrimmage, to give him a chance to get downfield and turn it into a one-on-one route, often against the safety. You like your odds when he's running against the safety. His speed usually wins, and it did on that play.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
And out come the Dolphins now. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. They begin the drive with a run by Murray. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Back to throw. Stevenson. Oh, hit as he throws there. Incomplete. Come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Looking to throw. Stevenson.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. It's taken to the 26. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the 1st quarter.
Now the first carry here for the running back.
And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line.
12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh 1st.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for, a really good change of pace back.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 45-yard line. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
I know that no game in the NFL is ever easy, but they're making it look that way. Everything is being done with such precision. Just on this drive alone, 3 plays, 3 first downs. If you're on defense, you're scrambling, looking at each other, trying to figure out how are we going to slow these guys down.
They'll throw on 1st down with Griffin. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. There it is, the defense waking up after 3 plays that hurt them. Finally, they stand up.
They have a little pride, too, you know. 3 straight first down type plays. Yeah, they wanted to make one stick on their side, didn't they?
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 9.
One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down on his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
On 3rd down, Griffin. That is caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. 29 yards.
And the Steelers have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Boy, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Miami set to take over. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Again, it's Murray. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. 21-0 our score after 1. Second quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. Back to throw. Stevenson. Open man is Quinn, able to connect. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
I like the fact that they didn't overcomplicate things on that call. 3rd and 2. Just run the quick little hitch, which they did. Ball's out of quarterback's hands. And yes, indeed, they pick up the first down.
And he's got Quinn here. That's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. This duo locked in. 14 yards there and a first down. Back to the ground game. Here's Murray. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
That was 2nd down run for Murray. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. Operating from the gun, Stevenson.
He's got his running back out of the backfield. Touchdown, Dolphins. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Dolphins are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Extra point splits the uprights, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it ends with a touchdown for the Dolphins.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
And the Steelers set to take the field.
Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us. He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. Now he dumps this off over the middle, and they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Looking to throw. Griffin being chased out left. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
When you're a capable runner, oftentimes your quarterback coach, your offensive coordinator, they love to see you break the pocket and go ahead and take off. I think he could have gotten vertical and picked up something there. Instead, he pushed it downfield. Incomplete.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Out of the gun, Griffin.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
On 2nd down, it's Peters. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Griffin.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. So the Dolphins offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the AFC.
Now the current playoff picture, and you can see they are one of those 3 wildcard teams, at least for the moment, but they have not clinched that spot, Charles. And look, their message has been clear. We're keeping our foot on the gas to the very end.
And how about the theater and the drama that's involved, partner? The best part, we've got a front row seat to it all. And I think this is obviously the ultimate goal when they added a 7th seed to the playoffs back in 2020. More drama, more teams in it late in the season, and more importance on games like this.
From the 29, here's 2nd down and 5.
Back to throw. Stevenson. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. It's a 9-yard gain, and it'll keep the drive moving.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one, because they took away his arm, but he was more than happy to dissect them with his legs for that first down pickup.
And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call, because there was a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
The throw over the middle taken in. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 40. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. 10th carry of the game now, Murray. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort.
We'll get an update when we come back to Miami.
From the 38 now, here comes 2nd and 8.
Looking to throw. Stevenson. And a quick throw here. That's complete. He'll be hit down at the 33. 5 yards on the play.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Got a man. That's Quinn.
And he is going to have the Dolphins first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. On first down, Stevenson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Quinn. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. They'll look to throw again. And it's caught. Touchdown, Dolphins. From 17 yards out.
And the Dolphins are able to cut into that deficit.
Extra point right down the middle. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. That time a 9-play drive. And it winds up in 6 points for the Dolphins. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away.
That's going to be taken at the goal line, and he'll return it. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. there's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
Second and a couple.
Here's Griffin.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. There's Griffin to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. They go play action with Griffin. He finds his man, complete. It's Chambers. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Now Griffin on 1st down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
So it looks like they stopped some fighting them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Once again, Griffin. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Griffin.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down. Griffin will throw again. Over the middle, it's complete. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it, so on comes the field goal unit. From the left hash, a 31-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So a well-paced drive. They were able to calmly take it down the field, and then they finished the half with 3 points.
Yeah, and that's what's commonly known as playing the 2-for-1 game, right? Being able to get the points at the end of the half, knowing you're getting the ball to start the second half, gives you a chance to go out and double what you got done in the first half.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll begin our tour out at Nissan Stadium in Nashville, and it's the Browns who have the lead in the second quarter. The Browns trying to finish that one off and claim victory. From there, it's up to Highmark Stadium to check in on the Bills. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. The Buccaneers trying to gut this one out, as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. The Packers trying to hold on and claim victory.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The Steeler offense ready to get going to begin this third quarter. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. The defense pushing the run game back on the first play of the third quarter.
But I don't think that means abandoning the run totally. Sometimes you just have to focus on execution, right? They always talk about players, not plays. Well, tell your players to block a little bit better, and maybe the ground game can get going.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down. The CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground.
And he'll pick up about 3 there, up to the 43. They need 2. Here's third down.
Now a handoff up the middle. Peters, and boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Here we go on fourth down. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on fourth.
On their own side of the field, close to the 50, but their own side of the field, they only needed a couple of inches, and they were able to get it done.
And it doesn't matter whether you're a zone blocking team, a man blocking team, gap blocking, whatever you want to call it. When it's in this situation, it's really man on man, isn't it? Who's going to win the battle? And right there we saw it at the point of attack, find enough yardage to pick up a first down. Give him credit for that one.
And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5.
Up the middle they go. Maynard. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
But if you're going to have a relay race, you're probably going to pick your backs and receivers to run it. But don't underestimate the conditioning of the offensive line. They're out there just dictating things, staying on the field, and keeping a long drive going.
On 3rd down, it's Peters. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Maynard. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great effort there. 35 yards. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
Well, big plays have been the story so far into this 3rd quarter. They have really been running wild this whole ball game, and there's another example right there on the touchdown run.
And their execution has been exceptional, especially for a team that's played with great pace. They've controlled the tempo, played how they've wanted to, and they're having their way right now.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. They'll try and get the running game going here with Murray. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
2nd down and 8.
Operating from the gun, Stevenson. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
Had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. The Dolphins will send out the punter now. Standing right on his own 5-yard line. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Fielded just inside the 30. Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. From the 39-yard line, here comes second down at 6. Up the middle they go. Maynard. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a third down and 6.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
From the gun on third down, Griffin. And he's got his big wide receiver complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That gain on third down, good for 28. Charles, to move the chains that time, they had to complete it into double coverage, and they got it done.
And it's never easy overcoming multiple defenders, but he sure made it look simple. Found the right spot to exploit and won his one-on-two matchup.
So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. A gain of 3, second down. Here's a give up the middle. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. They'll come up now, 3rd and 3. And they'll keep leaning on the running game, back to the ground. And the Steelers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. Pushing and fighting his way in for a Steeler touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Steelers will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So that drives 7 plays.
Plays in length, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Let's go!
Miami's offense set and ready to go. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, Stevenson. Open man is Quinn. He completes it.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted.
And the Steelers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And the Dolphins getting set to go here.
And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10. And now they'll shift things around.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. They needed some breathing room. He gave it to him. 11 yards and a 1st down.
One of the selling points of the end route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
And he's got it to Patterson, complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a 1st down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Throwing on 1st down. Stevenson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw again.
Finding room at midfield.
And he'll get this down to the 39-yard line. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Oh, that's a nice job of clearing space in the middle of the field for your tight end. He's going to start behind the line and run an angle route, hoping to kind of get lost in the middle of the field. And this is put right on him, and he's able to pick up a 1st down.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So the completion good for just 3. And it's 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Stevenson. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before it crosses over out of bounds. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another 1st down. They'll give up the gut for Murray. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Scampering home from 19 yards out.
And the Dolphins go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is down to 24. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this doesn't work. The Steelers recover it.
Now the Steelers getting set and ready for their next possession. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the 4th quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A big play that time on the catch and run. 37 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because They're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. And when you're running the football, one thing you don't want to see is a big boy coming up there and swallow you whole in those D tackles and nose tackles.
No, you're actually counting on your big boys to protect you from them, but on that play, the defensive tackle had the leverage, and he won the battle. No gain, correct?
No gain. The Steelers on 3rd down. They've been tough to stop. 8 for 10 so far. This is 3rd and goal.
They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2. They'll try and run for it. And not only will he not get in, he's going to lose yardage. They stuff him back at the 4. The run is turned away on 4th and goal from the 2. And the Dolphins celebrate their goal line stand. So he needed the short yardage, Charles. He elected to try to bounce it outside of the outer 3rd, unsuccessful.
Sometimes those plays are stacked up by the defense and there's nowhere to go, so you have to bounce it outside. And some backs just get impatient. They want to go to where they think there's more open territory instead of going where the play was actually blocked. In any case, it didn't work here.
83 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin 1st down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
On 1st down, Stevenson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Back to throw. Stevenson.
Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
Well, he left no doubt about that one, because even though he hasn't left the pocket, he's got a receiver in the area, so it's not grounding, even though there's no way that ball was going to be caught.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll get this out to Barkley, complete.
And he is going to have the Dolphins 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Stevenson. Incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Throwing again. Stevenson. Over the middle, complete. It's Quinn. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 31-yard line. Operating from the gun. Stevenson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Murray. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Stevenson. Touchdown! A great play there. 28 yards.
And the Dolphins get a bit closer.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them play running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. It's caught at the 1. And he's going to get in for the score. And the lead now cut to 14. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples throughout a ball game. There's a great example right there.
And this doesn't work. The Steelers recover it.
Dig in, let's go.
They've got to have two hands on the football here as they run on first down. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. From the 25, here's 2nd and 6. Now a handoff up the middle. Maynard. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Third and 4. The middle they go. It's Peters. And he is going to have a Steeler first down. All smiles on that sideline. That should be the one to do it. It'll go as a gain of 9, and that should write an ending to this one.
Sometimes I get almost mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, those eyes that carry their feet to open spaces, make people miss. I just love watching those guys go to work.
And the knee is taken for the Steelers out of the victory formation. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Pittsburgh, they continue to make their case as a Super Bowl favorite as they move to 13-1. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Miami, their playoff hopes take a hit as they drop to 7-7. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the New England Patriots. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. And with that, we sign off from Miami.